Ready to go.
Okay. Good morning, everybody, and welcome back. Today we're working on this little Murray lawnmower that hunts. And when we say hunts, what we mean is it cycles up and down. With the engine at its regular speed, doesn't hold a consistent speed. So there's a few things that can cause that. The first one would be a bad spring. And this is probably the most common. The springs on the carburetor get all stretched out of shape, or they just get old sometimes. That'll do it. The second thing that can cause it is not enough fuel in the fuel delivery. And with that, you just clean the jets up, get the carburetor nice and clean, and that'll usually take care of it. The third thing is, of course, an air leak. So we don't know what this one's got. We're going to get into it and go through all three of them. Okay, so let's try to get this one started and listen to it and see what we think. We'll prime it up. I know nobody likes those primers, and you can include me. Okay, strike one. Let's prime her up some more. Let's try it again. Is that the best she's doing? Okay, so let's open her up and have a look inside. Okay, let's pull the air box off, see if we got good gaskets in there. And after that, we'll pull the lid off and see what it looks like inside. Check the springs and everything. Now the gasket that goes in between the air box and the carburetor is very important. If you've got any air leaks on this at all, it's going to be a problem. This looks like it's got a good gasket though. So let's look underneath it. See, I don't see any path where the air might be escaping. So we'll carefully take it off and look underneath it. I see a lot of people replace these and just put a gasket sealer on it, gasket maker. But I prefer not to do that if possible. It's just messy. And I can see a little bit of gas in the carburetor, so I'm not sure why she's not starting. I can see the spring. Looks good here. So it's possible we've got an air leak back here. An air leak behind the carburetor won't affect the starting, but it will definitely affect the hunting where it can't find a good idle. Okay, let's pull the carburetor off and look at the gasket behind it. We're using a 3/8 for that. We used a 5/16 for everything else so far, and a Phillips for the lid. This bolt was a little bit loose. Okay, everything behind the carburetor appears to be stable, and the rubber gasket looks good. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to kink the fuel line so we don't have much leak anyway. And we'll pull the fuel off the carburetor. And we'll take the carburetor off and check the jets real quick. And if you're doing this at home, take lots of pictures before you take it apart so that you can get it back together in the right order. So let's take this over to the bench and have a look at the jets. Okay, we've got the jet off the carburetor. Let's have a look at her. And this jet looks good. At least the side holes look good. Let's check the top hole, make sure she doesn't have anything hanging up in it. And I'm feeling just about no resistance, so this carburetor is in good shape. We're going to go ahead and put the jet back on, put her back on. Not nearly as tight as it was on before. Okay, we're going to check the governor spring. And it looks okay. I don't think it's a problem. And we know that the fuel's flowing correctly through this. So we're going to put it back together in the reverse order of the way we took it apart. Like so. And like so. And like so. There we go. I'm going to start the screw just a little bit. Now I'll get the other screw in place before we tighten it. It's kind of suspicious. That does not appear to be the screw I expected. This does not have the original screw for it. So we'll have to look at this and make sure that it goes in far enough. It's possible we've got an air leak just because of that. But it appears to seat pretty good. I will advise the owner that a new screw is a good idea. And the owner is standing right here behind the camera. So he smiled when I said that. Okay, where's my pliers? Let's put the fuel line back on. And we're going to try to start it with starter fluid and go from there. Let's put her on the ground for that. Okay, let's put a little starter fluid in it and see if she starts. Okay, she sounds pretty good, but we still didn't get her to start with the air cleaner on. Remember, when you use the primer bulb, you push it in, you hold it in, you count to 2, you let go. You push it in, you hold it in, count to 2, let go. Do it 5 or 6 times with one of these, and it'll usually start. Okay, and she starts pretty good, and she sounds like she's running pretty smooth. Once that one gets a new spark plug, she'll start a lot better. So we went through the 3 things that can cause a motor to have that cycle, that harmonic when it runs. The first one, and most common one, is the spring is no good. It's stretched out too far, and the motor's just not idling correctly. Second one would be possibly an air leak around the base. And I think that was the problem on this one, because we cleaned that up, and one screw was too long, so I don't think it was seating well. So we switched sides where it went all the way in. And the third one, of course, is the jets. And anytime we do a carburetor, we check the jets, because 15 different things can happen if your jets are clogged. So if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments, or even if you've got a comment, I appreciate it. So all you new people out there, go ahead and subscribe. It's free, and it's what we work for. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.